Chris, when you look at their success on the offensive glass, was it anything that they were doing tactically or strategically or things you adjust to, or is it just a play harder kind of a situation?
They beat us to every ball seemingly. I don't think it was our guys weren't trying. I thought, they went in numbers everywhere, every time, every guy. They really did do a good job of going in numbers. And they just got their hands on a lot of stuff, kept things alive. They got long ones. They got them all. So yeah, it was just they were squirting through gaps. We got to be a little bit more physical. We got to hit first a bit. We got to try to neutralize it.
Chris, you've talked a bit about Terrence's patience with his role over the course of the season. Obviously, he's kind of found one here in this series. What does just that arc look like for him this season? What has he done to sort of, I guess, keep himself ready for this opportunity?
Well, like with all young players, first-year guys, there's a steep learning curve. They come in with great confidence, but they got to kind of adjust to everything, speed, physicality, system. But what we love about him, and it's really the reason why we drafted him, is that he's kind of older, physically mature, mentally, emotionally mature, knows who he is as a player already, plays to his strengths extremely well, competitive, same mood every single day, willing to learn, and staying ready. And he knows that he's going to have a good long career in this league, and he's done a great job of just kind of putting the work in and waiting until his opportunities come. So.
Chris, there's any ways that you feel like your coaching staff or even some of the players that were here last year are better equipped for this moment, having been through it last year, Game 5?
Yeah, I'd like to think so, for sure. That's the benefit of being in the playoffs and making a bit of a run year on year. You have a cumulative experience that you can draw upon. I don't sense any panic in the group. Sense a lot of positivity, a lot of connectivity, a lot of belief. So I think so for sure. Having been through last year's kind of ups and downs of the different series. So.
Any other questions?
Before Game 3, you talked about trying to avoid the 5-minute meltdowns, which seemingly only happen in this building. Is there something to maybe guard against extra with their crowd or anything that enables that sort of thing to happen here as opposed to maybe when you're at home?
Yeah, I think certainly a great start would help for sure. Get off to a good start, finish the half and finish the quarters, give us some cushion. But we've done at home we did a good job when we did turn the ball over of getting back and not allowing them just to cash in easy points. We got to do the same here. If, we're going to turn it over at times. Obviously, you can't have 20 of them, but got to get back and just try to. That's where they hurt you. That's where the 5-minute runs come. It's quick offense out of their defense.
Chris, what do you think happened to the ball pressure that was pretty prevalent in Game 3 versus Game 4? It seemed like Shea was kind of allowed to survey the court.
That was kind of the head-scratching moment when I went back and looked at things. I'm not sure. We talked a lot about that. I think we did a better job with our pickup point in Game 3. I think Game 4 we kind of treated it like football and waiting for him to kick off and come to us all the time too much, and that kind of put us in a tough situation to be helping around him. So.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.